If you're looking for clarity, confidence, and practical tips to kick off your business journey, then you're definitely in the right place. In this video, I'm going to be spilling all the tea on 8 important steps to take before actually launching a business, so stick around for that. But first, in case you're new here, my name is Jeanette and I'm the founder of the Women's Entrepreneurial Network, and this channel is all about providing you with the latest tips, strategies, and nuggets to help you launch, build, and grow a successful online business. So be sure to hit the subscribe button and smash that notification bell if that sounds like a bit of your jam. Right, now starting a business is super exciting, but as a new entrepreneur, there are a lot of things that you need to think about, especially if you want to get started on the right foot. So establishing your business foundation is what is really, really important when it comes to being able to create something that's actually going to have the legs to succeed. And this is where I see a lot of people go wrong. So before you get to that stage of actually choosing your distribution channels or trying to make direct sales or creating your brand, what I've done in this video is set out a list of 8 things that you might want to consider doing beforehand, which is really going to hopefully help you when it comes to setting yourself up for success. So the first thing is to create your business plan. Now, you would be super surprised about how many people skip this part of the process, but a lot of people will find themselves having to come back to it later once they've actually realized that they have no idea what they're actually doing or how to move forward. So the thing is that planning is a really crucial part of the business startup process, and this is pretty much how you're going to be able to give your business a much higher chance of survival. Now, just to demonstrate how important this stage of the process is, I just want to use this example. So you wouldn't plan a trip without a map or a GPS, right? Well, launching a business without having a business plan is pretty much like setting off on a cross-country road trip without having any directions. It wouldn't make sense, right? It would just be silly. Now, when you start your business, you initially start off with loads of excitement and loads of enthusiasm. We've all been there, and that's pretty much how it works. But without a clear plan in place, you're probably going to get lost and maybe even end up stranded. And in the same way that a map guides you on your destination, your business plan is what essentially maps out your journey. And it's what helps you to navigate those obstacles that you will face. And this is what's going to help you stay on course and actually reach your desired destination with confidence and clarity. So I just wanted to stress the importance of having something in place, like some kind of business plan in place to kind of help direct you on your way. And business planning doesn't have to be overly complicated or overly boring. You know, taking the time to create a 2 or even 1-page business plan is much better than having no plan at all. Okay, so next is choosing a name for your business, and this can be one of the fun tasks involved in actually starting your business, but it is important to give it a little bit of thought and to get it right. You're probably not going to get it right first time, maybe you will, but I just want to throw this out here because I have this example that I want to share with you of how you can get this really wrong. So my first business was a wedding planning business, and the name that I chose was pretty bad and not very smart. So the name that I chose for that business was Amor Verdadero, which means true love in Spanish. So the romantic in me kind of loved the name and thought that it would be a really good idea. But what I found was that no one was ever able to pronounce my business name. And that was always pretty awkward. And not only that, no one really had a clue what it meant either. So the name was pretty pointless, right? It was only me that really understood it. And this, my friends, is why it's so important to think about the name that you choose for your business. And, you know, choose a name that people are going to be able to pronounce and to spell, because they're going to have to type that name into Google. And with a name like Amor Verdadero, people didn't know how to spell it. So that is a barrier that's going to stop potential clients from finding you, right? So ideally, you want your business name to convey something meaningful and something that's related to your business niche or industry. Also, when you're brainstorming your ideas for your business, don't forget to do a Google search to make sure that, 1, the name isn't trademarked, or there aren't other people with the same name. And then once you've decided on a name for your business, that's when you go ahead and buy the domain name. Now, if the .com is available, then I would recommend purchasing it. And that's just because .coms are quite trustworthy, right? Everyone knows a .com. But using other variations like .biz, .net, .co.uk or something else is absolutely fine if that's what you prefer. It's just .com, for one, is easy to remember, and it's just something that people are really familiar with, and that's why I would encourage you using the .com if it's available. But again, if it's not, don't worry too much about it. So you're going to be able to purchase your domain from any domain name site, but I do recommend using either GoDaddy or names.com, just because I've used both of these in the past and I've spoken to their customer service departments, both of them, and they've both been really good and really helpful. And so that's why I would recommend just looking into either of these two options. Okay, so number 3, you're going to want to register your business. There's something about registering your business that makes having a business feel a lot more official and a lot more real. But before you actually start trading, you're going to want to decide on the structure of your business and actually register your company in that structure. So the business structure and registration process is going to vary in different locations. So you're going to need to be sure to check what applies to you wherever you are in the world. I'm in the UK, so the main business structures over here are sole trader, partnership, limited liability partnership, and limited company. So the structure that you choose for your business is going to depend on the type of business that you're starting, and again, wherever you are in the world. So make sure you do some research to help you decide on the best options for you and your specific business model. Okay, so next up is to set up a business email address. Now, when you buy your domain, you're also going to have the option to purchase an email address, which you might choose to do, and which is totally fine. But what you can also do is use a separate email host for your business email, which you might find a little bit more cost effective. Now, I would definitely encourage you to purchase an email address that mirrors your domain address. And Zoho Mail is who I use, and I've used them for about 10 years now. And they offer business email addresses or business email setup for about $15 a year, I think. It's around that price anyway. And that comes in quite cheaper than it would if you, say, purchased your email address through your domain company, so through GoDaddy or similar. So just something to think about. And this is not sponsored. I've used Zoho, as I said, for a number of years, and I would highly recommend them because I've not really had any trouble while using them. I've always found them very easy. They have an app, so emails are very easily accessible. And again, the price is about $15 a year, which is really good in my opinion. So just some food for thought. I definitely would recommend trying them out. Also, try to refrain from using like a Gmail or a Hotmail email address, pretty much because in my opinion, it just lacks that professionalism and might scare off some potential clients, and you don't want to do that. Also, with all the email changes that have been happening recently, you now need to have a business email address to be able to send out bulk emails. So even if this is something that you're not planning on doing straight away, it's definitely something that you're probably gonna start doing at some point down the road. So it's best to start off on the right foot to avoid having problems or issues later on down the line. Right, so number 5 is to create a website or landing page for your business. Now, there are a lot of varying opinions about whether or not you need a website when you start your business, but personally, I think it's important to have somewhere that you can direct people to, somewhere where they're able to kind of learn more about you, learn more about your business, and also somewhere where they can pay for your services. And I know there are a lot of options for this available out there, but I definitely do advocate having some kind of website or landing page in those first initial stages of starting up. Now, when it comes to choosing a landing page versus a website, think of the two like this. So your website is pretty much your entire online first impression, and your landing page is pretty much like one part of that first impression. So it's pretty much like a handshake or a greeting or just a smile. So in some situations, a website is definitely going to be more effective than a landing page, but also vice versa. So you're going to have to decide what's best for you and your particular business. You know, if you're coming out with a catalog of products, then having a website is going to be a good idea. Whereas if you're coming out with maybe just one offer or one service, then having a landing page might be a better option for you. So if you're not really that tech savvy, then what you can do is head over to Etsy, as they have tons of one-page done for you websites that you can customize and link to your Stripe account or to your PayPal account or just to your payment processing system. Or another option would be to use something like Stand Store to sell your products. Okay, so number 6 is to open a business bank account. So if you decide to register your business as a limited company or partnership, you're going to be required by law to set up a business bank account, and this is to ensure that you report your taxes correctly. So if on the other hand, you're operating as a sole trader, then there's no legal requirement for you to have a business bank account. But having a business bank account is really going to make it easier for you to be able to keep your business and personal finances separate, which is going to make it a lot easier when it actually comes to filing your taxes. So again, something that I would recommend. Now, when looking for business bank accounts, be sure to carry out some research and shortlist the bank accounts that are offering the most benefits and value. There are always going to be some out there that have really good deals for new startup businesses. So definitely take advantage of that. A lot of them have some kind of introductory offer and will often offer free banking for a specified amount of time. So again, be sure to carry out some research so that you're able to make an informed decision on that. And then off the back of that, you're going to want to decide from early on how you're going to record transactions and actually manage your account and finances. Now, accounting or bookkeeping is super important in business, but this is something that often gets a low priority from small business owners, especially when they're just starting out. And this is mainly because small business owners tend to get submerged in all of the other responsibilities and the other bits and bobs of managing and maintaining the day-to-day operations in their business. And that's understandable, right? But choosing to use some kind of account management software like QuickBooks or Xero is an easy way for you to keep track of your finances. And the reason why I mentioned these apps is because they make it easy for you to kind of do the least and get the most. So if you use your card and you enter your card details into their system, then what will happen is you'll be able to automatically log transactions related to your business. So you're not going to have to do so much manual work. So that kind of gives you a little bit less to worry about. But honestly, you don't need to pay for subscription services to manage your business's finances. I personally don't. You just need to be a little bit disciplined and very organized in tracking this data yourself. So to this date, my uncle is my accountant, and he insists that I use a very basic Excel spreadsheet to record my financial business data. He's a little bit old school like that, but that's what works and that's fine, right? Now, with that in mind, now is probably a really good time for me to tell you about my business startup toolkit, as it provides you with everything that you need to start your business. So you're gonna have resources to help you create your business plan. You're gonna have things included to help you build your brand, market your business, grow your social media presence, and actually create that social media strategy. And it also comes with a one-page Canva website, which allows you to easily sell your offers, as well as a really easy to use bookkeeping Google Sheet and a few other awesome things to help you start and run your business. So what I'll do is I'll leave the link for that in the description for anyone who's interested. You can literally go and have a look yourself. Okay, so lastly, to become a successful entrepreneur, it's important to know and understand your reasons why. Like, what is that thing that is driving you, and what is going to push you to carry on when you feel like quitting and when things get hard? Because believe me, they will. There will be a time where you feel like you're not making progress fast enough, or where you just kind of question if you're doing the right thing. It's all part of the process, and that's why it's so important for you to have a strong why behind you, because essentially that's what's going to push you to keep going during those moments, those difficult moments. Maybe the reason you're doing this is for your kids, or maybe you want to build generational wealth. Maybe that's something that no one in your family has ever done before, and that's why it means the world for you to do. Or it could be some other goal that you've set for yourself, or it could even be just the idea of being your own boss. and only having to answer for yourself. The point I'm making is that whatever the answer is, it's important to be clear on the reasons that you kind of want to become self-employed, and then never lose sight of those reasons. Okay, so as we wrap up our journey through the essential steps of launching your business, what I want you to remember is that every successful entrepreneur started right where you are, with a dream and with the determination to make that dream a reality. So don't let fear of the unknown hold you back. Try to embrace the challenges that come your way. Remember to always celebrate your victories and always keep pushing forward. If you found this video useful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to receive more videos like this one that are going to help you beat that overwhelm and build a thriving online business. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep hustling, and never forget that the world is waiting for your brilliance to shine. Ciao.